Hi Primary 5, here is your next instalment of Cosmic. This is chapter 4, another recap for you. I nearly shaved myself to death. Even though I could barely see the premature facial hair, once I knew it was there, I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was ticklish and it was tempting to stroke it. Stroking it made other people notice it, and when other people noticed it, they tended to shout, "Wolverine!" and worse. Which is why I decided to get rid of it. I slashed at the brown candy floss with Dad's razor, which did get rid of it. Sadly, it also got rid of a lot of blood. Sheets of blood just sort of, fell out of my face. I wasn't quite sure what the procedure was, so I squashed a towel into my chin, prayed that I wouldn't die, and carried on squashing and praying for about an hour. I was starting to think that maybe I was already dead when Mum called me for supper. When I went down, she said, "What happened to you? You look like you've boiled your face." Dad said, "He's been shaving." "What?" said Mum. "He can't shave. He's too young to shave." "He's much too young to shave." "Well, he's definitely too young to have a beard," said Dad. And he showed me how to shave in a less life-threatening manner. "The only thing is," he said, "now you've started, you'll have to carry on. The hairs will get harder and harder the more you shave them. So I don't get wisps of candy floss anymore. I get the stuff that looks like naturally occurring toilet brush." Mum said, "Liam, you've got to stop growing so fast. I'm not ready to lose my little boy yet." Mum got so worked up about all this that she took me to see the doctor. The doctor said there was really nothing to worry about. That made Mum really worried. She asked to see the specialist. "Specialist in what?" "Well, you read about these people, don't you, who grow up too fast. The hair starts falling out when they're teenagers and they get wrinkles and they look like old men, but they're only 20. She'd never mentioned these people to me before. She must have noticed my look of absolute terror because she said, "They're very rare, but they do exist. You read about them on the internet, don't you?" I was relieved when the doctor said, "No, I don't think I've read about them, to be honest. I could send you to a bone specialist in the children's hospital." At the hospital, they gave me scans, blood tests, and a "I've been brave" sticker. They took me to see a specialist, then a special specialist. They both said that I was normal. Completely normal. Extra normal. Abnormally normal. But tall. "He's just a little boy," said Mum. "He's growing up too quickly." We all feel like that about our children, Mrs. Digby. The important thing is to remember that he is still a child, even though he looks like a grown-up. Just because he can't shop in the children's clothes section anymore, that doesn't mean his childhood is over. Boys grow at different speeds, particularly at this point in their lives. You might go back after the summer, Liam, and find that everyone's had a bit of a spurt, and you're not even the tallest in the class. "Do you know, that makes sense," said Mum. "His dad was tall at primary, and now look at him. He's, below average height. In fact," said Dad, "I'm a slightly above average." "In fact, you're not." "Only slightly, but very, very differently. I am above average." "We'll talk about this another day," said Mum, which is what she always says when she wants you to shut up. The special specialist was partly right about the growing spurts. Nearly everyone had one over the summer, including me. When Mum wanted to mark my height on the "See How I Grow" chart in the kitchen, she had to get a chair to reach the top of my head. "Oh," she said, "you've had a spurt." And Dad said, 7 inches is not a spurt. 7 inches is a mutation. On my very first day at Waterloo High, I was the tallest person on the lower school site. The new uniform Mum had bought at the beginning of the summer didn't fit anymore, and they had to send off for an extra large lower school blazer. I got special dispensation to wear my own clothes for the first half term. When we went to get my travel pass for the bus to school, the woman in the office wouldn't believe I was of school age, so we had to go home and get my birth certificate. And then the next morning, when I showed up to the bus driver, she wouldn't believe it was mine, and I had to get off the bus and text Mum, and she came down and explained to the driver of the next bus that I was unusually tall for my age. "It's not the height, love," said the driver. "It's the stubble." Mum said, "Am I going to have to do this every morning?" "Only till we get used to him." In the end, Mum sent off for a passport for me. I kept it in my pocket just in case I got questioned again. Dad said, "That'll keep you out of trouble." How wrong can a person be, by the way? Dad also gave me his old mobile phone, so that if he ever lost me again, like in Enchantment Land, he would be able to find me. His phone's got Drax World on it. In case you don't know, that's this cosmic application that shows you your present location, directions to anywhere from anywhere, and also live satellite photographs of anything in the world. You can use it to look at volcanoes erupting, tidal waves, forest fires, anything. Dad uses it to make sure the traffic is flowing smoothly on the bypass. That first day at Waterloo High, I was on Drax World all the way to school on the 61. I used it to look at theme parks and thrill rides. I found Oblivion in Alton Towers, Space Mountain in Euro Disney, the Terra in Camelot, Thunder Dolphin, Air, all of them. As the bus was crawling along Waterloo Road, I typed in Waterloo, wondering if I'd be able to get a satellite view of me on the bus. Instead, the screen filled up with 10,000 options. There were Waterloos everywhere. Waterloo Station in London, Waterloo the port in Sierra Leone, Waterloo in Belgium. You can go around the whole planet just jumping from Waterloo to Waterloo. I found Waterloo with waterfalls, Waterloos in the jungle, Waterloos in snowy mountains, and Waterloos with sandy white beaches. I couldn't figure out why anyone who wanted to live in a Waterloo would think, yes, Waterloo, but not the one with the big beach or the one with the limitless white wastes of Siberia. No, the one with the flyover, handy for the new Strand shopping centre. Drax World gives you directions to anywhere, so it's not like it would be hard if you were a proper grown-up and not just a stubbly boy. If you were my dad, for instance, all you'd have to do is fill your car with petrol, turn left, turn right, go straight on, and the next thing you know, white beaches, snowy mountains, coral reefs. Truly, grown-upness is wasted on grown-ups.